looking for the run there of Zubimendi, but he was fended off it there by Petar Sucic. So it's a throw in to Inter, and it comes out wide with a long time running out for the Italians here. Sucic comes back to a Serbi. They seem rather calm and not flustered at all here, Inter, just happy to keep the ball. We'll casually remind them that they do trail in this game. Here is Sucic now, fires the ball over the top, straight down the middle, too strong, all the way through to Raya, as it flew over the head of Davide Fratesi. Now then, Arsenal, they will look to break here, but the ball from Zubimendi didn't quite find Trossard. But a misplaced header from Esposito has given Arsenal the ball back inside their own half. Rice. And now Martin Zubimendi, all the time being forced back. Here's Saliba. Now Ben White. Left-footed ball downfield, but it's too strong, goes over the top. And Sommer had to come out of his goal there to clear it upfield, and then brilliant pressing. Yeah, Bastoni really not happy with that ball that he got from Sommer there. Put him under big pressure. The Argentinian Gabriel Martinelli about to be introduced, and in the end, Bastoni had to clear it out for a throw-in. He let his keeper know in no uncertainty. Oh, great long throw, and Saka's got in round the back, loops it into the middle, cleared out by Fratesi, but it comes back to White. Just switched off there, Milan. Of course, you can't be offside from a throw. Long throw towards the byline, and Saka had snuck in behind. Here's Rice, great through ball. Saka shoots, blocked by Sommer. Back out to Saka, still in the area. Byline, chips it to the back post, brought down by Rice, and then he dinks it back towards the edge of the semicircle. They have it with Trossard, left-hand side. Now to Rice. Feeds it round the back. Oh, they've not picked the man up, but that's a poor ball. Casual ball across the area there. Easily defended on the edge of the 6-yard box. That again was pretty sloppy stuff from Milan. Switching off there. And Arsenal almost snuck in again. That's a foul by DiMarco. Coming in through the back of Saka on halfway. So it will be a free kick to Arsenal, but before then, Gabriel Martinelli will take to the field for Arsenal. And it will be the Belgian Leandro Trossard who will come off. Martinelli, so it's a like-for-like swap on the left-hand side of that front three. So Martinelli comes on for this final 11 minutes plus stoppages. And it will be Zubimendi. He opts to go back into his own half to Saliba, who rolls it back to David Raya. And he just nudges it forward to Rice. And now Saliba goes infield to Mikel Merino. And now Miles Lewis Skelly being put under a bit of pressure there. Gabriel back to David Raya. Hammers it right down the middle of the pitch there. And that's brilliantly held up. Now good ball from Saka out to the left-hand side. Martinelli now. Oh, that's a heavy touch. He tried to take it round Akanji, but it was just, his first touch was just too heavy, and the ball got away from him, which allowed Sommer to come off his line and pounce on the ball before Martinelli could get to it. Here's Akanji. Squares it across to Francesco Acerbi. Final 10 minutes here at the San Siro. Into one. Arsenal 2. Here's Zielinski, halfway line. Arsenal holding their shape. Petar Sucic, the scorer of Milan's goal in the first half. Kivu waving his men forward. Zielinski once again inside the centre circle, dabs it forward with the outside of his boot. Again, Esposito just being manhandled there by Gabriel. Wins the free kick, taken quickly. He's such a handful. He's the young striker. Now DiMarco, left-hand side. Saka closes him down quickly. Bastoni. Now Sucic. Francesco Acerbi. Sucic again. Here's Bastoni, left-hand side. Arsenal in their defensive shape. Low block in place. Chipped out to the left. Lots of space though here for DiMarco. Whips it into the area. Headed away by Arsenal. Edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, and well, they took a risk there playing it short ball inside their own area. And was that a foul on Gokaresh there by Acerbi? Yes, it was. Referee has booked him. Pretty much grabbed hold of the Swede there. Thou shalt not pass. On halfway. He actually gave him a piggyback. That was quite funny. Yeah, definitely file that one, undertaking one for the team there. He's been round the block a few times, Francesco Acerbi. And now a double change again from Milan. And Zielinski and Luis Enrique come off, and Andy Diouf and Boni come on for Inter. Double change there made by Christian Kivu. And it's the French duo, Andy Diouf and Ange-Johan Boni, who come on. Ball looped round the corner from Declan Rice. Doesn't find Saka. And they're headed downfield by Bastoni. Returned back upfield by William Saliba. And now DiMarco just hammers it downfield again. Arsenal lose it on halfway with Marino. Now then, Sucic floats it right across to the other side of the pitch there to Diouf. And now Sucic in centre field. Bastoni, nearly 83 minutes gone. Got to get on with it here. Into the middle of the pitch it comes. Akanji squares it to Sucic. Now Bastoni again. DiMarco still lurking on that far left touchline. He chips the ball to him. Good ball round the back here. Now then, Boni tries to get the cross in, blocked by Zubimendi, and it will be a corner for Inter Milan on this left-hand side. Just over 83 minutes gone. Chance from a set piece. And Federico DiMarco out swinging corner incoming here, and it comes, glancing header there, and it fell kindly to Martinelli on the left hand side of the area, and then a brilliant ball downfield with the outside of his foot, which puts Gokaresh through. He's got round his man, he slips it through to Saka, but it hits him on the heels. Oh, what a finish! It rebounded back into the path of Victor Gokaresh, and he side foots it home into the top corner from the edge of the area. And I've said all night, there's been a hint of fortune about every goal that's gone in tonight, and that one as well. But it was a sumptuous ball from Gabriel Martinelli outside of his boot, deep in his own area. Gokaresh got in behind the back two, fed it through to Saka, and it hit the heels of Saka. It looked like move over, and as it rebounded back into the path of Gokaresh, side-footed it from the edge of the box, caught the fingertips of Jan Sommer, but right into the top right-hand corner. This game is done and dusted. What a night for the Gunners. 7 changes made, and they've come here and they've cemented their top spot, and Inter Milan are going to be vanquished on their own patch here. And Arsenal, in the 4th meeting between these two very famous sides, have levelled it at 2-2 overall. And several hundred fans now heading for the exits as Milan restart the game But it was always on a knife edge, this game. Arsenal knew they needed another goal to feel any kind of comfort, and to get it with 5 minutes to go is even better, because you knew Milan very much capable of levelling the game. But now they have a mountain to climb. Are we going to get any more late drama? Got to throw everything at this now. Here is Sucic, comes out to DiMarco on this left-hand side, whips the ball into the area, glancing header, hits the roof of the net off Marcus Thuram. Both teams have played really well tonight. They have complemented each other. It's been a fast-flowing game. The referees had a good game, let it flow. There have been patches where football's been a bit less than scintillating, but on the whole, just the style and tempo of the game, it's been end-to-end counter-attacking football from both teams, has made for a really entertaining contest. And Arsenal have been superb, putting behind them the disappointment of the weekend. But they sit proudly on top of this Champions League table, as they do the Premier League table back home in England. What are people moaning for? Can't please anyone, can you? Anyway, they come forward now to Milan, across the back four, but they've got to get it forward. Here's Akanji. Edge of the centre circle. A Milan player has gone down inside the centre circle. It's Esposito. Headed downfield by Acerbi. Head tennis then ensues. Saka tried to loop that one down the corner, but rather shanked it, went high up in the air. But Milan rather carelessly there through Akanji have given the ball away, tried to do the 1-2 with Andy Diouf, and it will be a throw into the Gunners. Just about level with the edge of that 18-yard box, way over on that left-hand side. Declan Rice has the ball in his hands. 87 minutes gone here in the San Siro. And Arsenal on the verge of a really good win here in this famous old stadium. It could have gone either way, but they've really played well. Hint of fortune for all 4 goals, but you know what? That doesn't matter, you've got to take them. And Arsenal have been super clinical tonight when those chances have come along. Here is Saka now, cuts in field from that right-hand side on that wand of a left foot. Tries to find Rice, he wins the ball, little overhead kick there from Saka. Finds Martinelli on this left-hand side, chips it into the area, gets it to the byline. Does Rice, has he won a corner? I think he has, on Francesco Acerbi. They just keep him plugging away here, Arsenal. Yeah. Rice just tried to dink that across the face of the 6-yard box with the outside of his boot. Came off the thigh of Acerbi, out for a corner. And Arsenal with another chance from one of their much vaunted set pieces. The Gunners have a big week here. They will be back at the Emirates on Sunday afternoon to take on the revitalised Manchester United. Always a big clash, that one. So a big week. Hence maybe why all the changes. Header comes in at the back post, but Bastoni went down on the edge of the 6-yard box. Referee was quick to blow his whistle. So a huge week ahead for Mikel Arteta's men, and to get this win here tonight, and a comfortable one at that, has got this most important of weeks off to a good start for the Premier League leaders and Champions League leaders. Milan give the ball away. Gyökeres, got carried away there, edge of the box, and he's hammered it high over the bar. Brilliant sliding tackle there on halfway from Arsenal. The ball squirted forward. Gyökeres under pressure on the edge of the area from a sliding Acerbi. Just put the ball high over the bar. Short turnaround again, definitely for Inter. Arsenal don't play till Sunday, but Inter are in action here again on Friday evening in the Serie A against Pisa. So a very short turnaround for the Azaneri, ball whipped across the edge of the area there by Di Marco. Fratesi came roaring onto it at the near post, but puts his shot well wide. It was a nice dummy from Thuram, who was at that near post. Just let it run through his legs. But Fratesi, oh, that one came right off the shin and high into the stands. 30 seconds of the added 3 minutes already gone. Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 3. Both these sides topping their domestic leagues. Of course, in Italy, Inter's neighbours who also play on this ground, AC, they're only 3 points behind them in the Serie A, as Andy Juve comes surging forward down this right-hand side. Arsenal, of course, have a bit more of a cushion back in England, a 7-point lead. But they were very disappointed not to make it 9, with Man City slipping up and Liverpool slipping up, Aston Villa slipping up. Yellow card for Declan Rice, just holding on to his man for too long there. Again, file that one under taking one for the team. So Milan have it now in centre field. Sucic, flick round the corner by Juve, but well defended by Gabriel, who launches it downfield. It's chased here by Gyökeres. 3, 4 black and blue shirts come back to feed it back through to Jan Sommer. Almost 2 minutes of the added 3 gone as Akanji brings it downfield, floats it out to this right-hand side to the Frenchman, Juve. He'll attack Lewis Skelly, threads the ball through to the back post here. Ball comes across the area from Boni, and it's hacked away by Saka. And now Arsenal just see out this final minute now. Here's Martinelli, cuts in field from that touchline. He's tugged back, referee is going to give a free kick here. And Arsenal just seeing it out here. It's been a thoroughly entertaining game and a really professional performance from the table-topping Gunners. I have to say, when I saw the sides, I thought, goodness me, there's some big names he's left on the bench there. But Mikel Arteta obviously trusts his men and just shows the depth of his squad here tonight. They've got the job done, and done in really good fashion. Final whistle is only seconds away. In fact, that is the final whistle, and Arsenal will remain top of the Champions League. They've come here on the back of a disappointing performance against Nottingham Forest, and they've turned over Inter Milan on their own patch. 2 goals for Gabriel Jesus on 10 and 31 minutes. Petar Sucic on 18 for Inter. And then it could have gone either way in the second half. It was in the balance until Victor Gyökeres' stunning strike from the edge of the box on 84 minutes made the game Arsenal's. They remain top of the Champions League. It's been a really good game, this, under the lights at the San Siro. I've been Joe Mills. Hope you've enjoyed it. Come back for more. This has been match week 7 in the UEFA Champions League. There's more fixtures to come tomorrow, of course, but tonight, honours go to the Gunners. They've come here and they've won by 3 goals to 1. Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 3. Good night and speak to you again soon.
Mikel, and his shot was deflected over the crossbar with 20 seconds left. I'm still not going to promise we're not having another goal. Corner kick. Kioen Enrique. Left-hand side. Puts the ball into the near post. Headed away by Jude Bellingham. Mikel heads it up in the air. Drops on the edge of the penalty area. Still not cleared. Mikel, and eventually swung away by Fran Garcia. And there goes the final whistle. And now, and only now, am I convinced we're not going to have any more goals than this one. What a fun evening at the Bernabeu. The result has gone with form. The flow of the play was...
In Bilbao next week if they are to make it through. For Bilbao, is anything on their game? Well, not really. They're on 5 points. Have only won one game so far. If they win tomorrow, they put themselves in with a fighting chance of a place in the playoffs. There's a foul by Luis Suarez. Suarez gets a yellow card. It's all kicked off. He's been knocked to the ground by Moussa Dembele. He grabbed Kvaratskhelia. I think he wanted his shirt a little earlier than the final whistle there. Puts his hands up in the air and still got bundled to the ground by a Paris Saint-Germain player. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Out wide, they are down to the bare bones tonight. Paris Saint-Germain, 4 outfield subs. They've used 3 of them. They've only got a defender on. They've had to bring on Barnier and shunt Zaire Emery into the midfield. Here's Mendes towards Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia has been penalised. Not quite sure why. Kvaratskhelia has gone storming to the referee, and that's merited a yellow card for the Georgian. And it was a knock and go. And then he grabbed the fullback Fresneda and hauled him by his shirt down to the ground, got past him. Referee spotted it. Good spot from Anthony Taylor. I didn't. He did. Well done, Anthony Taylor. Got that one. Yellow card, and then he went darting to the referee. Thought that was what he got the yellow card for. It wasn't. It was the shirt pull and dumping of Kokorashvili to the ground. So a yellow card for Suarez confirmed. And the clock is ticking. We've played the 5 minutes. Francisco Troncao has come off and Kokorashvili has come on, and the referee now is playing time added on to the time that was already added on, and we've played nearly 6 of the 5. Not quite sure how long there is to go, but Paris Saint-Germain need to get a move on. All eyes on the English referee Anthony Taylor. Paris Saint-Germain, the holders, have been beaten in the Champions League, and for them it's a defeat for the 2nd time in this league phase.
Lang on the left, many in the box, ball delivered, overhit, sails out, and it's a goal kick to Copenhagen, and with 1 minute left on the clock. That could well be that. Conte cuts a disappointed figure on the side. He's shrugging his shoulders. He's not happy with what he's just seen there. Lack of quality as his men were getting more and more desperate to try and force the winner. 45 seconds left on the clock. You have to think that will be the last attacking action. Kotarski still taking his time. Big deep breath. Hoof up the pitch. And the ball won by a Napoli head, only to be given away by Copenhagen. Given away to Copenhagen once again, and Suzuki strides forward. Looks forward, decides to come back on himself and keep the ball. 15 seconds of injury time left. 3 men in the box, a late last minute attack, delivered to the back post, and El Yunusi rises high. Suzuki tries to get on the end of that, doesn't get there, and now Napoli can stream forward, and Copenhagen showed a bit of ambition there and have left themselves very short at the back as Di Lorenzo comes off down the right hand side. Lang now, right-hand side, 40 yards from goal, cuts inside. There's men over at the back post who can find the play, and he's brought down cynically there by Clem as he beats the man. And this is a chance now. He had to make the challenge. We'll file that one under professional foul for Clem. Lang had beaten him all ends up, and if he'd have got his head up and played a pass, there was men over at the back post, which would have been an interesting development here, because they would have got a shot off, and who knows what would have happened. But Clem raises his hand to apologise. He acknowledges that it's the only choice he had. Lang hasn't seen that yet because he's still writhing around in pain on the floor. Cynical foul. It was a professional foul. You see them every day, every time there's a game on and someone's trying to protect a point or a lead. It's a common foul. Lang not happy. Clem did what he had to do for the team, and now the last action of the game, I'm sure, will be to defend this free kick, which is in line with the right apex of the 18-yard box, about 35 yards from goal. Napoli would like a bit more of an angle on it, I'm sure, to whip it in. It's a high Copenhagen line, all the men in white on the 18-yard box. Napoli flooded the back post. There's a huge gap between goalkeeper, who's on the edge of his 6-yard box, and all the players who are on the 18-yard box. I'd expect to see this whipped in and plonked round about where the penalty spot is. High line, right-footed, whipped in towards the penalty spot, and it's cleared by Copenhagen, and they come away with it down the right-hand side, and the referee brings the whistle to his mouth. A few Copenhagen players rather, put their arms in the air, raise their arms to the sky. They're delighted with the point that they've salvaged. A little bit of handbags here at the end of the game. Frustration's boiling over. There's nothing in it. The referee and the officials are quick to diffuse it. And on a beautiful night here in Copenhagen, Napoli, the man advantage after that big moment in the 35th minute where Delaney got sent off, took the lead with a McTominay goal. Larsson scoring an equaliser from a rebounded penalty that he saw himself save. And at the end of this game, honours even, Copenhagen won,